Well, good morning.
Good morning.
You guys get to see the creek.
We're not on the ridge. We're down in the valley at the creek.
Our valley. And it's so beautiful. Like, I hope that you guys can hear the creek. I hope it's not like overpowering, but I do hope you hear it because it's just so beautiful. We were hoping to already be down here this morning and get this out already, but it was a little chilly this morning.
Yeah, and we were trying to come down. I wanted to come down yesterday. I was hoping the rain would stop, but
Yeah.
you know, by time it was dark by the time that it stopped, and we could sit on the porch last night
Yeah.
and hear the creeks that basically border the property that run down to feed this one. You know, the drains from the top of the hill. Oh, they were
Roaring.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like you were. Oh man, we got Niagara Falls going down there, but it's a pretty steep. So by the time we rolled through it this morning coming down here, the side creeks weren't as full, but I knew that this one, because it gets fed from even further up and a lot more land. It's a lot more water than it was the other day when we come down here.
It's just, there's a peaceful serenity down here. And, well, I know that y'all probably can't see it, but directly right over here is where Walden is going to sit. And Walden, if for those that are new, is kind of, you know, if you've read Walden from Henry David Thoreau, it just really resonated with me at a younger age, and to introduce that to Jason and have him fall in love with it as well. Just that peaceful serenity of what really makes you happy. How much in this world do we need to be happy? And for us, Walden, which will be a log cabin down here at the creek, kind of signifies that for us. It'll be our getaway. It'll be our peace. It'll be our tranquility. And to wake up in the morning to the sound.
Yeah, and the great part is back here, you know, obviously we have to bring one of our power banks down so that I can run my CPAP, but that's basically its sole purpose. Like everything else is going to be off grid. We're going to light with candles and oil lamps and cook on a wood cook stove.
Which we've been buying for, gosh, since we got together, this dream of eventually building a Walden somewhere. And so when we would be out thrifting, we'd find things where we're like, oh, this would be amazing for Walden. And so Walden has been at the forefront of our minds from the get-go.
Yeah, a great place to just unplug, guys. Like, nature provides us so many beautiful things, and we've got some cleanup down here to make it that much more beautiful of looking at and sitting here. But I mean, just being able to come down and hear this water, you know, running over these rocks. And this part of the creek is a solid rock base. So there's a pile up behind us that's got some smaller rock and that kind of stuff that's washed down. But I think as I get some of the dammed up areas cleared where water can flow to the creek better and then through the creek better.
And over on this side, because we own about halfway up this side of the ridge also, but over here, not too far from where we're sitting, is what we believe to be a natural spring.
Yeah.
It's like a little pond of always running water, and it does flow to the creek down here. You can watch the water line. It's always wet, so we're hoping to be able to open that up a little bit more. And we don't know. I mean, it's just,
I want to get down here and kind of dig it out to make that spot where it holds the water kind of more of a retention pond, and then maybe define the drain to where if that overflows, it comes down to the creek. I don't want it to drain straight to the creek because I don't think we're going to get the full benefit. If it's a natural spring as it acts to be, it always has water sitting there, you know, then that's something that when we're down here in Walden, when the creek's not flowing enough for us to collect water and filter from here, we can go over to that spot and get water.
Yeah, yeah. But it's just, it reminds us of why we took this journey, of why we wanted this journey. I mean, don't get us wrong. I mean, the homestead is our dream as well. The sustainability is our dream as well. But if you can have both, why not? And this is the perfect location for Walden. It's just, and we see duck rub.
Boy, you struggle with all them words today.
I'm having a hard time, yeah. Buck rub on trees, so we know there's plenty of deer down here, and the wildlife, and it's just so peaceful. And in a world such as what we live in, that peace is a valuable resource.
Yeah, and down here, I mean, we just had Ryan and Jess down here not too long ago. Mm-hmm. That's why we have the side-by-side able to drive all the way down to the creek. Eric and I started the trail. Well, we started the trail, honestly, with Jackson.
Yeah.
And then we didn't get very far that day. And then Eric come over when he helped clear behind the house, and we got a whole lot further. Mm-hmm. And then the other day, Ryan and Jess come over, and, you know, we were supposed to work, and we
did work. We worked at building so Jess and I were in the side-by-side, and we just kind of tried to direction which way to go, and then the guys would cut so that the side-by-side could get through. And there's some sketchy areas, not gonna lie.
They're not sketchy at all, y'all.
Yeah, they are. But it's so to be able to bring the side-by-side down, it just opens up a whole new aspect. And not only that, we actually do have a project coming up. Kind of, we've talked a few times about the secret project, but that will make it even better down here. So stay tuned for that.
It's not going to be a secret very long. You keep talking about it.
I can't help it. I'm excited about it.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. We have pressing news. Are you ready for this?
What's pressing news?
I got out of the bed before she did this morning.
Yeah, he did. But only because Charlie woke you up.
Several hours before I should have been, and I wasn't happy about it.
Yeah, Charlie caught a mouse in the house last night.
Which has me baffled. There's only 2 spots I can think of where it came in, because they were the last sections I kind of worked on in their drains. So I might have to get under the house and do some investigating.
Yeah, but Charlie earned his keep last night, but he decided to play with it a lot longer than just like take care of it. And it was screeching, woke us both up. Charlie was running all over the house, and so yeah,
he's more about playing with them, and he's like a bull in the china shop. When he's he doesn't care what's in his way. He just barrels through it to try to get, to the mouse. And it's like, well, if you would just kill it first and quit playing with it.
But no, he likes to play with it.
And the problem is he'll play the whole cat and mouse game, right? But then the dang thing gets away. Like, he's done it a couple times up in the camper. Now, Callie was always good. Like, she'd chomp on it and
kill it
right away. But
not Charlie. He just likes to play with it.
He just sees, oh, I've got a cool new pet toy to play with. And
yep. But yeah, so Handsome Man here was actually up and did get out of bed before me, which that is a very rare occurrence. Y'all heard it here first. You probably won't hear it again for another year.
Oh, you're about to figure out how cold this water is.
No, it's cold. I can definitely... Actually, it might not be that cold because our feet are in it and my feet aren't getting cold.
I ain't bathing in it, I can tell you that.
No, I wouldn't want you to. The soap would contaminate my beautiful creek. But it is just so beautiful. And like you said, we have a lot of work to do down here. Years and years and decades of mismanagement down here, and just not being kept up. I can sit hear and picture what it's going to look like with the fallen trees gone, with wildflowers on the sides of the banks.
And opening it up some, I mean, I'm not gonna, not wide open, you know, but enough, kind of like what I'm doing up by the house, is enough to let the mature trees or trees that we want to become mature trees grow and, you know, provide some natural shade down here, but then also, you know, get rid of the overgrowth that causes the big jam up and not letting anything grow. By the time it gets to a significant size, it's starting to rot already because it's starving, because everything around it's stealing all the nutrients.
Yeah. It amazes me the beauty of like this creek. Knowing this creek, I can't even like take a guesstimate as to how old it is. Like, thousands of years old? I don't know, a million years old?
With the way that this rock is totally exposed, and it's solid rock, like for at least 100 feet, it is just, there's some random rocks that have washed down from upstream, but it's nothing but solid rock. It's not like, oh, there's little gravel bars. It's just mind-boggling. But yet at the same time, like, I don't know, I've always been one of those, oh, look at that, oh, look at that, oh, look at that. And we did the same thing when we would be up at the river and we'd set out to kayak, and there would be days on the river that we'd have the whole river to ourselves. And that peace and the tranquility of the river, and then to sit there and, you know, what must it had looked like 200 years ago even. And did our Native Americans camp next to this creek or the river? And I mean, I just sometimes feel I was born in the wrong century, because it's just... Yeah. And it like, I try to look at the contour of the land and old things that have, you know, try to pick up some of the evidence of what happened down here, because just over here by where we want to put Walden, there's a couple sections of stovepipe, and then the other side of the side-by-side looks like someone had built a deer stand there, you know. So did they have a little camp? Because as we crossed back over the first drainage, you know, feeder creek, you know, there's a little, somebody come down, and it looks like it was probably like the old neighbors that lived next door to us. I'm imagining they must have had probably like some young grandkids, and they come down and made a little bushcraft shelter.
Yeah, like a teepee.
With a bunch of the cedar cutoffs and stuff, and you know, or I can't imagine it was a ground blind for hunting, just because
it's nestled too deep into.
Well, it's not built productively to be able to hunt out of, you know, for shooting angles and that kind of stuff. So, but
sorry, I'm like at a loss for words.
The amount of fun, and I know I just keep looking. The only thing, honestly, guys, that and because it's a seasonal creek, and it doesn't, from what I can tell on the maps, it doesn't lead straight into another, like, it doesn't go straight to the lake. I thought maybe following it down, it would have a direct, like, I could take this creek and follow, and it seems to kind of end off and probably just go back underground, you know, a few miles away before it actually gets to the lake. So I haven't seen any fish, is the only downside I'm seeing. But
no. I don't know. I mean, it is seasonal when it's running like this. This is seasonal, but there's always been water in it, even during the driest. Like when we first moved down, I think we were still in a drought, but there was still trickles. I guess more than trickles, but it didn't.
Yeah, it wasn't enough that fish could survive in, though.
No. But we also don't have any deeper. There's only like one deeper area, but there is a place a little further downstream that it does get a little deeper, and it kind of has diverted because of a log jam. and it's created an island. And I would like to explore that area a little bit more too. But as far as Walden goes, I'm pretty heartfelt that this is going to be where Walden is.
Yeah,
it's the widest part of the river.
I want to see. The only thing that changes for me maybe is just looking at. I know that side, like last year when we had a lot of rain, that was underwater. But I know that there's some damming going on upstream of that, where it comes down. So I'm hoping, because I can see the main feeder part right here, and there's another one just up there, and then there's a small one. But I'm thinking that these ones would be null and void, and the one that goes behind over there would be eradicated if I clear the main channel out and it doesn't have the overflow. I mean, I think in massive rains, it could still get wet, but I think that's where, when we do it,
it's going to be up on pillars.
Yeah.
Just to be safe.
We'll probably do that one where we have the tractor down here, I bore holes, and we pour it on like sonotube piers. Mm-hmm. At least as deep, because if I can get the sonotubes, if this solid rock goes that way too, then I'm not going to be able to drill very far.
No, but we know we'll be on solid ground.
Right.
Literally.
And so if I can get to a solid rock and then pour a sonotube on it, then I don't worry about it at all.
Yeah. Yeah. What kind of tree is that? It's so pretty. It's got like peach buds.
This one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's got like, sorry, I'm at a loss for words. I'm having a hard time
We've got some of these red buds, but so there's one that's white, and they tell me that the white is supposed to be the dogwood.
But I've got peach, we've got yellow.
Yeah, these ones, I think part of it too is, there's so much stuff there, and that tree looks mostly dead.
Yeah.
But I do want to try to keep some of these colorful.
Oh, for sure.
I need to remember before they change, next time we come down, we need to bring some sort of a marking tape and mark those trees, so we make sure that, hey, we don't want this one cut down.
Yeah, we want the colors.
Once they leaf out, I don't have any idea.
No, not a bit. But yeah, you guys get the special one-on-one with us here at the creek before we even put it out on the main channel. But I just thought it would be so cool to bring you guys down here and do a coffee chat from down here. And yeah, I literally could just say, I don't know, once we get Walden built, y'all may not see me anymore. I'll just be like, peace out, homie. I'm going off grid, man. I'm going down to the
Not
creek.
with all these animals you decided to bring on the homestead. You ain't abandoning me. They wouldn't like that.
I'll bring 2 chickens, 1 goat, 2 rabbits.
I'll get rid of the rest then.
No.
You'll come up and I'll have 2 extra freezers and they'll be full of meat.
Okay. No, but we're looking forward to this cabin build. It's still like 3 or 4 projects away, and it's going to be an authentic Appalachian style log cabin. The kind of like what the Bearded Carpenter Paul does. I don't want the round logs. I want the big wide logs with the chinking, and that's my dream.
Well, we'll be at the mercy of the trees that are down here that we can cut down, because that'll be the key to this build, is
finding the trees for it.
Is getting the trees from down here or on the property. That one, yeah, that one's gonna go. That'll be a log.
I don't know. When we've taken walks, and there's still property I've not explored yet. Have you gone over that?
I've gone a good chunk of it. There's probably less that I haven't seen than I have, because it gets really, really thick, and it's just not a super clear path. It's right on the border of the property line.
I've not even seen it, but as we're hiking around,
it's where I found that tree that was eating the rock.
Oh, yeah. But I've been spying trees just for Walden. Oh, that's a big tree. That'll work just fine. I'm really looking forward to that for sure. And just the beauty of it.
Okay, this rock isn't getting any softer.
No, it's not. And the boots that are in the water, I can finally start feeling the coldness of it. And it's chilly, guys. It was like 38 degrees, so, but we had to come down.
Yeah. So we're glad you guys come along. Hopefully you enjoyed a little bit better background scenery, and
yeah.
we just knew with all the rain that we had to do it from down here, and
no big profound speeches today except for just we just want to share it with you because it's beautiful.
Yeah. So we're gonna enjoy the piece a little while, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.